It's just me. Just to let you guys know that I'm going to be putting a time lapse in this video. It is a pretty long video. As you can read by the description, it's a couple of beers. But I'm going to go ahead and leave the time lapse right down in the description so you can go ahead and skip along through the videos in case you don't feel like watching the entire thing. So you're going to have that option right down there. And now let's go ahead and get to the video, and happy Halloween. Welcome one and all to the Booze and Chill channel. Prior to when this video was recorded, today will be, or is, Hallows Eve, the day before Halloween. And to celebrate Halloween, guys, as you can see right in front of me, we are not trying,
well, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4,
but 5 beers. Not just any beers, Oktoberfest. And as you can see right in front of me, we got 5 different Oktoberfest. We got from St. Arnold, Family Business, which I've reviewed. If you haven't seen my reviews on the other Family Business beers, I'll go ahead and leave a card somewhere up here. And right here we got Sierra Nevada, Southern Star, and Samuel Addams. 5 beers, so it's gonna be slightly long video. I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible. So let's go. Number 1, they are all brewed in a German style. Not all of them are the same. Some of them are. I can't remember which one's which, but they are brewed in the German style. In the style of Marzen. Sorry if I butchered that. I'll go ahead and leave it right down here, and you can go ahead and do with it what you will. Number 2, they are all seasonal beers, obviously. Some of them do come out a little bit before October. I think one of them comes out sometime in July, so that's pretty cool. Number 3, these beers just seem to go with sausage. On all the research I did on them, all of them just seem to go with sausage. That's like the number 1 thing. Second is pretzel. Now, mentioning it, on the Family Business, we actually got pretzels and sausages. So there you go. Alright guys, like I said, I'm trying to sum it up as fast as I can. So let's go ahead and end that there, because these beers are starting to sweat a little bit and I do not want them to get too warm. So I think the best way I'm going to go about this is I'm going to go ahead and pour them all, and then I'm going to smell them all, and then we're going to do the tasting. And of course, the final thoughts. So with the magic of time, let's go ahead and pour them all and see how they look like. And yes, if y'all are wondering, I did have some glasses ready to go. And there we have all the 5 Oktoberfest poured, ready to go. Let's jump into this, guys, because again, we got a lot to cover. Alright guys, I'm super psyched on this. There's no way I'm gonna be able to finish all of this, or can I? So, okay, let's go ahead and maybe start from right to left. Your right, my left. So like I said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the smell. Got a little bit on my upper lip there. And speaking of, as you notice, I'm a little fuzzy, little, you know, not very pleasant to look at. I actually haven't shaved for my costume for Halloween. Go ahead and put in the comments right down below, what are you gonna dress up for Halloween? Are you even going to dress up for Halloween? Leave the comment right down below and let me know what you guys are gonna do. Alright, now back to the smell. There's a nice sweetness to it. A bit pumpkin-y, a little bit of pumpkin in there. Get a little bit of sweet and roasty. That's what I'm picking up here. It smells really good. I've actually been drinking Sam Addams Octoberfest for a good while, so I'm very familiar with this one. Southern Star, this one is actually new, so let's get right on it. Alright guys, this is the Southern Star. This smells organic. It's like when you carve a pumpkin. You know the inside, how it smells like? That's it. Except it's less funky. Like it's not like a bad smell. Because I'm not a big fan of the actual pumpkin smell, like the actual pumpkin. But this, I can tell you, it's right up there. But just slightly more pleasant than the actual pumpkin. Again, a little bit of roastiness in there. Ton of pumpkin. Slight fresh bread as well. That was the Southern Star. It smells really good. Again, like I said, it smells very, very organic. Now let's jump right into Sierra Nevada. Cheers.
Ooh-wee.
This one's got like a nice wine smell to it. And I think because of that reason, I get a lot of sweetness. It's like a slight bit of like, I want to say pear. There's a fruit in there. Kind of reminds me of pear or peach. Comment down below. I can't seem to remember how peaches and pears taste like or smell like. It could be grapes. It smells a bit sweet, slightly bitter, slight roasty, a little bit of spice, very little spice. It smells fancy. This one right here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next one, and family business. Let's jump right into that smell, guys. There's a bit of the pumpkin, slight pumpkin. It's a little spicy, slight spice, almost like slightly peppery. That would probably be the spice, right? I feel like smelling all of these beers is getting me like a slight lightheaded. So a slight spice, a bit of pumpkin, a lot of roast, very roasted actually, slightly smoky. A little bit of sweetness, smells a little bit bitter, slight honey-ish caramel. All right, guys and ghouls, let's smell the last one, St. Arnold. Again, I'm not a stranger to St. Arnold. Have tried the St. Arnold Oktoberfest. Don't remember much of it, so let's get a nice refresher.
Ooh.
Also smells very natural, not as organic-y natural as the Southern Star. A lot more pumpkin, not as much as the Southern Star though. Like a sweet nut roasty smell. Also a bit sweet, honey caramelly. Smells also very malty and like a nice fresh baked bread smell to it as well. Alright guys, that's enough of the smelling. I feel like I got like a slight, like I mentioned, lightheadedness in a good way though. Alright guys, we did the smell. They smell really, really good. They all have their own nice, there's a hair, my hair on this one. Let's go ahead and jump into the taste. So again guys, let's go ahead and start from right to left. So let's do the Sam Addams. Here we go. Cheers. There's a reason I go back to the Sam Addams. I enjoy it. It's very pleasing. It goes down very nicely. Again, the pumpkin and the spices are not harsh on this one. It's very hoppy, slight crisp to it as well. You can get that sweetness, a slight spice, a little bit of that pumpkin. You can also get almost like a nice slight smoky flavor at the end, right in the back. Overall, it goes down easily. It's very pleasing to the tongue. Like I said, I enjoy the Sam Addams. I've gone back to it for, I don't know how long I've been going back to it, but I've been going back to it, and I think it's a really good Oktoberfest. Sam Addams, good job. What should I say? Good job, Boston! See what I did there?
Your cousin from Boston.
Let's go ahead and finish this sample up. Why waste it, right? Cheers, guys. All right, let's move on to the next one, the Southern Star. Alright guys, let's waste no time here and jump right into it.
But wait!
I gotta rinse my palate. Again, if you missed my review on the family beers, I did 3 of them and I did drink water in between. And the reason for that, I'm gonna go ahead and explain again. I like to rinse my palate out because I want to get the full experience of the beers. That's why I do it. And you should too. Cheers. I'm ready. Alright guys, let's waste no time here and go right in for that taste. Cheers. Southern Star. How I mentioned how it smells very organic. It tastes very organic. It's like grabbing a handful of pumpkin guts and just shoving it right down your throats. Very natural pumpkin I'm getting from this one. That slight sweetness, roasted, a roasty, smoky-ish flavor. I get spices in there too. It's slightly more bitter. Actually, compared to the Sam Addams, it's actually a lot more bitter. But in a good way though. A slight fresh bread. Mostly, I emphasize on that mostly. Pumpkin, slight peppery, a little bit of sweetness, roasty, nice and malty. It almost feels like it melts in your tongue too, which is weird because it's a liquid, right? But that's how I can explain it. It's nice and pleasant. All right, guys, let's go ahead and finish this up. All right, guys, let me put this right down here, and let me go ahead and rinse my palate out. And I'm ready. Let's do the Sierra Nevadas. Cheers. Smells like it tastes. How I mentioned earlier how it's got like a wine smell. Taste is pretty similar too. Slightly roasty, very peppery. I also get almost like a salty maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and say salt. There's a bit of sweetness at the end as well. Again, it's like almost like caramelly. No, scratch that. Honey. It's more like a honey. It's got like a bready, biscuity. But right off the back, this one is spicy. That's what I'm getting off of this one. All right, ghouls and gals. Let's move on to the next. Cheers. Alright guys, gotta rinse that palate.
And I am ready.
Next up guys, family business. Cheers guys. So first thing, like a nice, fresh, tasty bread. Slight roast right after that as well. Toastiness, almost slightly smoky. Almost at the very end of the back of the throat. Spices, I get also the spices. Any sweet, there's a sweet to it, but it's you don't get it till after. It's an aftertaste. All right guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. I'm not gonna finish this one because I am getting full. I feel like my stomach is like twice its size right now. Don't want to puke it out. I'm enjoying it, so I'm just gonna take it slow from here. And last but certainly not least, St. Arnold. But before we do that, rinse. Or we let the palate settle, guys. What are you guys gonna do for Halloween? Are you going out to party? Are you gonna stay home? Are you gonna give out candy? Are you gonna go trick-or-treating? Are you gonna do both? Or are you gonna do all three? You guys plan to stay in and watch a scary movie? Plan a party? All of the above. Let me know in the comments below. Last one, St. Arnold, Oktoberfest. Let's waste no time. Let's go. Cheers. After having 4, this one, it just makes this one jump out. So off the back, this is very rich. It's almost foamy, like, yeah, it's foamy, very foamy in the mouth. It's nice and fizzy. It's very nice. Also very malty. There's a nice, again, honey, biscuity bread, spices. Again, you can't be surprised when I'm picking up spices on all of these. I mean, it's Oktoberfest, right? So very malty, nice bread biscuity smell, honey-ish afternotes, slightly roasty. But again, I'm just a very big fan of how it's just kind of like the texture in the mouth. All around good German style beer. Alright guys, again, I'm not gonna finish it. I'm getting very full. I actually had dinner before doing this, so I'm feeling slightly full. Well, alright guys, that was the taste of all 5 different Oktoberfest. And now, and without further ado, my final thoughts. What do I think about all of these Oktoberfest? It's kind of hard to sum all this up on account of there's 5 of them. I can't really say I have a favorite.
What?
If I were to put them in an order where which one I enjoyed the most, let's fast forward this part. It's a bit tough, but I think this is the order that I would probably have to put it in. Again, I just did this top of my head. I'm usually very very undecisive. And for those of you who actually know me, know how undecisive I am. From right to left, the most preferred. Last one being the Southern Star. Not a lot of bad things to say, except maybe it's just a little too organic. So again, this is the order I would rate them in. They all have their own specific flavors and aromas and whatnot. I can't really say you will enjoy them all, or maybe you will. But in the spirit of Halloween, I do suggest you guys go out and get your hands on these. I want to give a shout out to my good friends who brought me some of these beers. A shout out to Jose and Julius, and I'd like to also add that they were also my hand models for some of the B-roll stuff. Again, thank you, and thank you for that. And that is about it for today's video, guys. Once again, I'd like to thank my good friends Julius and Jose, and I'd like to thank you for stopping by and checking out the channel. So if you guys can just do me a huge solid and hit that like button right down below if you did enjoy today's Oktoberfest video, and don't be shy and leave your comments right down below and let me know which one you think you would prefer, which one looks more appealing to you, or if you're a fan or not a fan of Oktoberfest. Again, leave the comments right down below and let's talk some Oktoberfest. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down below and the notification button if you did enjoy today's content, so you can go ahead and keep getting my new stuff. Well, that is a wrap for today. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I would also like to wish you a happy Halloween. Enjoy it, stay safe, don't drink and drive, and as always, if you keep watching, I'm gonna keep drinking. Cheers, guys.